So like the way this video is set up, I'm obviously not gonna expose anything too drastic. Like I'm just gonna be, you know, exposing some kids who, you know, chose to act a certain way in high school knowing it really wasn't that serious. So yeah, enjoy and like and subscribe if you want. Tea spilled. I don't know how this works. I'm gonna just talk and say what I gotta say and then end it there. So high school. It's mid-May. Well, yeah, it's about mid-May still. And a lot of kids during this time, in high school, of course, because, you know, I graduated last year. So I speak for every soul there. You know, this is the time of year where most of the kids kind of feel some type of way about, like, literally, I don't know. People come into school, they have attitudes, they don't do their homework, this and that. You know, the lunches start to suck. It gets hot outside, people get attitudes. Everything's wrapped around, like, your fingertip. And it's like, you can't do anything. Now, in my high school, I'm gonna just, you know, dumb it down a bit and give you a brief explanation about how everything went for me personally. Freshman year, it was okay. I made a decent amount of acquaintances, not personal friends. I still tried to be very attached to my friends like in 8th grade and all that stuff because like I didn't know who to talk to. And if you're a freshman, you're gonna experience it no matter what. There's no way you can watch all the high school tip videos on YouTube. Like you can watch anything you want. It doesn't make a difference. You're gonna have to experience some stuff on your own regardless. Freshman year, I also realized that some of that staff, my God, they do the absolute most for their jobs. I get that some of them have worked over the course of 25 plus years, but that does not mean to talk to nobody kid as if you ain't got no damn sense. Moving on. Sophomore year, it was within the same category. I started to make different types of friends. Again, they were more on the acquaintance side. I feel like in high school in general, this again is me genuinely speaking, you make more friends within high school. You probably might hang out with them outside of school, but everything just changes so quick. I don't know, like even with some of the females, every week they have a new friend. Don't ask how I know, it just happened. And you can't even be somebody who knows you did it and be like, Jayson, that's not true. I'm just liking the video. Because you did it. You did that. Don't cry about it. You did it. A lot of them do. Just don't do it again. Junior year. Junior year is the time that, you know, people take their ACTs and SATs and all that stuff. I took an ACT. Apparently our curriculum changed and I think they take SATs. I really don't care. Just know that everything's changed. Junior year, most of those kids kind of act outside themselves. Obviously they're not seniors yet, but they want to be so bad that they will do everything in their little hearts to cause drama. And again, if you're a junior, do not lie to me in the comments because I did it as well. It's not that serious. I'm not like a security guard. I'm just telling you everything that's gonna happen and will happen. And that already did happen. Wow. And then pretty much senior year for me, it was, I just stopped caring about so many things that I thought were important throughout high school. And then realized at the last minute that they weren't. Friends, I dropped about like 30 people within the first 3 months of my senior year. Again, they were more acquaintances, but it was just like so many people are phony. My God. And then the rest of the semester is pretty much you putting off your work, getting senioritis, but then at the same time, you want to graduate. So like, how does it add up? You don't want to do your work, but you want the diploma and I was going through a hard time. And I speak for a lot of seniors when I do say that you just wake up and don't feel it, you know? I really don't know how to explain it. It's the weirdest emotion. You want to leave high school so bad, but at the same time, for some reason, you know, once you leave, it's like, damn, like, what do we do now? Obviously, that time of year, you know, a lot of people get accepted to colleges and stuff like that. Junior year is when they really force you to do it, but like, no, nobody does it. Are you really that serious? Unless you're like a top student who cares that much. But like, for me, nah. You pretty much wait until your senior year to really like go with your parents and finalize your college decision because it's more relevant to do it that way than to do it too early on and then have a decision made that you really didn't want to happen, if that makes any sense. So again, senior year is it's weird. I don't really know how to put it into different words. It's fun, don't get me wrong. You have a blast with a lot of your people. Like senior year for me was my best class. I had the best set of teachers. I had respect for a lot of my teachers as well, which I thought would never happen. Because like I said before in my past story times, like 8th grade, all of my class leading up to 8th grade year for me, just everyone hated me. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because I'm black. Maybe it's, but no, I don't know. They didn't like me. I don't know why. But high school, that definitely changed. I don't know. I guess I grew up. And I don't know. I put on my big boy shoes. Wow, this is starting to get a little too personal. All right, let me chill for a sec. But no, seriously, in general, this again is a general sense. This whole video is. High school is different. But here comes the shade part of the video. Like I kind of titled it within that category. Let me expose some stuff that happened to me. So long story short, for me in high school is when I really started to like dabble into social media. And I really didn't think about that changing anything. I knew that was one of the dumbest things I can ever think of because it changed pretty much everything within high school for me. I started doing like Instagram stuff in like sophomore year. And when I say stuff, I mean like I would post comics and funny videos and stuff like that. Because like it was kind of cool back then. And I grew a decent following off of that, like a pretty decent following. Never talked about it in school though. Only the people who asked me or people who were curious, you know, everyone thought I bought my followers. That was a whole rumor that went around when I did not know half those kids' names. That's why it kind of sucks that rumors fly, because you don't know anyone who talks about you behind your back. I don't know those kids. And I didn't care much either because I kind of knew I didn't. So around sophomore year, you know, I became friends with these groups of people. And but this group was kind of not the best group to be around. Not that I was bad or like slinging dope or whatever. Like, no, none of that at all. It's just, you know, the kids were kind of floppy. I'd go over this one dude's house who I was friends with, and you know, we were chill, really didn't have a problem with the dude, but then like at the end of the day, or he would always try and mention, you know, hey Jason, can I get a shout out? Hey, can you shout my friends out? Hey, you know, get me some followers, this and that. And I was like, damn buddy, shut up. Oh. Like, you know, the whole like use me game. And then some people of course would think I'm in the wrong in that instance, because with this scenario, you know, not a lot of people have experience with that or like are in the position to have this happen to them. So I was kind of disappointed because like I really didn't have that many friends in high school due to this, because I don't know if people thought they couldn't trust me or they thought I acted a certain way, or I was literally the same person the whole time. But you know, later in high school, more and more people found out, but surprisingly no one really brought it up as bad as you would think. Also late in my sophomore year is kind of when Vine really started to take off and I made an account and everything. And then like my junior year, I remember there was this short little segment, like this interview segment on like our school's TV or whatever, and they were talking about Vine and like if we know any Viners, and then some person said my name and then the whole school found out and then everyone was feeling some type of way. It was like, it's not that serious. I don't know why everyone is so caught up with me having a large following. One girl questioned me. She was like,
I don't even know why you got so many followers. You're not cute.
And I said, sweetie, you're not either. So I don't know. I really started to see people's true colors like when I started growing more and more followers during high school. Cause it was like, I never brought it up. I never thought it was important. It was more of a thing. It was more of a hobby to do at the time. Something that I had fun doing and people really just knew about, I guess. And I know there were people who went home and searched my name, cause like people started telling teachers started gossiping about me, but I don't know. It was super annoying for some reason. And then senior year, pretty much half of my teachers knew. So it was kind of awkward. You know, one teacher played my video in class. That was highly unnecessary because I was in the front row of the classroom. She didn't have to do that. But I don't know. The shade about that is, you know, people in high school are floppy. You know, I don't know what this video is turning into. I'm just talking about stuff, but it's high school related. I feel like I should end it now to further, you know, not embarrass myself on here, because I haven't posted a video in like 3 days and people are pissed at me for some reason. So yeah, that wraps up this video. Just wanted to address some things and some experiences, I guess. I still don't really know what to title it. I'll figure it out. Something clickbaity, because you know, YouTube is like crapping on all our videos and I have to sell. I need to pay for things. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got some sort of message. I hope you laugh at least. Not really good at that either for some odd reason. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Yeah, until my next video. Bye.